Hi, welcome to VNN. We have with us Sonia Sidhu, Member of Parliament from Brampton South, one of the 5 ridings in the city of Brampton, Ontario. She was first elected to Parliament on October 19, 2015, and re-elected in October 2019. She holds a Bachelors Degree in Political Science and has worked as a volunteer on political campaigns at all 3 levels of government. Sonia Sidhu is chair of the All-Party Diabetes Caucus and was the General Secretary of the Canada-India Parliamentary Friendship Group and executive member of both the Canada-Poland and Canada-Portugal Parliamentary Friendship Groups. She also sat as a member of the Canada-Europe Parliamentary Association, the Canada-U.S. Inter-Parliamentary Group, and the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. Very busy time for Sonia Sidhu. Welcome to VNN, Sonia.
Thank you, Balaji. Happy to be here. I really want to say thank you all my voters, supporters. They supported me a lot. Thank you very much to choosing me again, and happy to be here.
Yeah, I think last term also you did some good work for the Brampton your constituency. I mean, how can you help Brampton in the second term of election? I mean, I think there's a demand for new hospital, new highways, and lots of things happening here.
First of all, if you see our government's agenda, party platform, mostly climate change, for health, for environment, I already talked about that. For jobs, even in Brampton South, when I was door knocking, I heard very loudly health services. Even in Parliament, in statement, I said that definitely Brampton need more health services, jobs, and as you know, our government's agenda is to fight climate change. These are the priorities, but affordable housing. This is another issue we heard, and we all, community thrives when all level of a government working together. And even though yesterday there was an announcement for housing, I'm very happy. We made a national housing strategy.
And Ontario is going to participate.
Yes, and yesterday it's announced, and it's gonna be held Brampton South as well.
I mean, does the health comes under the provincial government?
Yes, health
delivery. How can the federal government help in, say, constructing new hospitals and provide health services?
So, Balaji, definitely health delivery comes under provincial government. As you know, National Pharmacare, this was, even though it was on party platform, I was in a health committee, 18 years I had experience in healthcare field. When in health committee, from the witnesses from all over, we heard loudly 20 to 22% people cannot afford medications. So at party platform, national pharmacare, where people have access to the healthcare. This is our government's agenda. That is I'm thinking if people can get medication easily, so they cannot lead the serious consequences, a less burden on the healthcare system as well.
So will that be under? I mean, it won't be under the provincial government. It's a national.
No, national pharmacare is like I'm talking about, but healthcare delivery, as you know, the hospitals.
Yeah, that will be like with the provincial.
That is a provincial government. That comes under provincial government.
So the most of the funding will come from the federal government. Is that it?
No, actually, when sometimes as you disease prevention, as you know, I will give you example for the diabetes. Like diabetes issues very close to my heart, and I was working very hard from the last 4 years on this issue. And diabetes prevention, when we do something for that, that's a pilot project came to Brampton, 4.5 million with LMC clinics. So that fund came from sometimes the federal government, is a pilot project from them. But eventually, when the health accord signed, the $11 billion, that is the money, federal money, but healthcare delivery is mostly provincial government.
And I mean, now coming to the housing part, that housing benefit program, that also is a federal government initiative.
When we made a national housing strategy, that is a federal government's initiative.
Okay.
But on the part of that, we did bilateral contract with the provincial government where the both are agreed. If you see yesterday, John Tory, mayor, and provincial partners and then federal partners, they announced the next step where affordable housing, more money they add on that. This is the first kind of contract they made where homeless people, seniors, and people on disability, indigenous people, they are on, and the people are waiting for a long time. As you know, in the PL, the housing is a little bit issue. So that is why they can get easily that money, sharing rent, like people who cannot afford rent, and they can get benefited from that.
But for the new hospital in Brampton, the Ford government has said no. They have rejected the idea. So what happens next then?
So definitely we need more health services, and it's my view. There's a hospital, Peel Memorial. They can give more, more extended more, and people can get more healthcare services. Definitely, Brampton need more health services.
Well, how are your relations with the provincial government and the local council, Brampton Council?
I'm willing to work with anyone. Like community thrives when three level of government works
and you have been working with three levels of government.
So yes, I'm open also, to for Bramptonian, from Brampton issue, and city. We are always working with the city, but again, our provincial partners. The same thing yesterday. We announced, for the housing, as I said that, but I'm willing to work with any, it doesn't matter it's a city, it doesn't matter provincial. So for the Bramptonians, where we can, give more resources to them.
Now, coming to India, in Indo Canada relations, India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And Indo Canada trade is at a very low level when compared to other countries with which India has trade relations. I mean, China alone is 50 billion deficit which India has with China. I mean, in Indo-Canada ties, where does that come in? And how can the federal government boost this?
As you know, bilateral trade, there's thousands companies, Canadian companies already working in India. So there's trade is more increasing, and definitely I'm in favor of that. 1.9 million South Asian descent people live in Canada, and we have a strong tie people to people. And even our government, and we all want a great relationship with any government where we can extend more trade. Even in Brampton South, I'm from downtown. And we want, if there's an opportunity, and where people, both government can get benefit, definitely, like we can advance that age.
So what do you mean? How can you go about this? I mean, should we have more federal trade missions to India instead of this local teams going from Ontario, Saskatchewan? Should there be a federal commitment to this?
There's always opportunities, and we are always looking more opportunities where our trades can grow, and both countries can get benefit from them. We heard time to time. I think last year there's a trade mission. There's a trade shows here sometimes like in Mississauga, Indo Canadians, and I know I think I heard ICCC is taking a mission to India
next month, January.
Next month, and these are the resources where people can get information, and they can get if someone want to come here, and then they can get benefit from there.
What is your strong area in Parliament? I mean, during the debates, during question hour, what is your strong?
So I have to last mandate, I have 3 committees: health, status of women, and special committee pay equity. So the pay equity.
Okay, pay equity.
So this time there's no decision made which committee I'm in, and maybe next month.
Yeah.
So I prefer health.
Okay.
Because I have
That's close to
experience
you,
in
close
health,
to you.
but any committee we have to serve. All parliamentarian have to work hard to, because like I'm very honored to the privilege.
What about this diabetes? Since you've been very involved with this diabetes thing, I mean, is it a terrible big problem in Canada? I mean, it is in the South Asian community. It is bad. I know.
Indigenous
community also.
community as well. As you know, in Brampton, every 6th or 7th Bramptonian is affected with the pre-diabetes or diabetes.
Okay.
So we need to do more, and it's not like it's not just a government; it's a responsibility. It's
Yeah, I
an
know.
individual's
Individuals,
responsibility
yeah, of
as well. You have to eat a healthy food and active lifestyle, go hands in hand. And then even though Canada Food Guide, now
Yeah.
it translates in
Yeah,
26
there's a
languages.
new one. That's a very but much better than the old one.
26
Yes.
languages, and the people can eat healthy. And the second thing, active lifestyle. For that, I know the bike lines, we got money for Brampton South, where they can the people can get active lifestyle. And then third thing, that they can get the medication. That one we are working on, that everyone can get access to a medical doctor. This is another.
People don't realize the dangers of diabetes, because I mean, I read, I think more than 70% of amputations in Canada are diabetes linked.
And Ontario, it's very high
Ontario is very
amputation rate. As you know, untreated diabetes leads to serious consequences. And if you treated your diabetes, and you don't have to go to the amputation way, heart, stroke, kidney diseases, kidney
All
dialysis,
sorts
and
of
it
things.
all's due to untreated diabetes. So if we treated diabetes, and you cannot
Follow a lifestyle thing. Yeah.
that's true.
Anything else you would like to tell your constituents?
So I just want to say thank you to electing me again, and let's work together. And I always want your email or your feedback. Thank you very much to giving me support. Thank you for having me on Weekly Voice, and thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you here in our office, in our studio, and hope we will continue some of these discussions again later.
Sure,
Thanks a
anytime.
lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Balaji.